guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And Christmas and winter festivities are upon us, and we do still have a New Year's Eve to celebrate. So today I thought that I would pop up and make a video about my trusted fragrances that I would recommend you to choose for your New Year's Eve party. So I don't know about you, but me, if I'm going to, and I will be going to a party where I do have a lot of people around me, and there will be probably new people that I don't know. You know how it goes, the friends of friends, and then some other friends tag along. So you end up being in a company of, the people that you don't basically know. So it's gonna be a lot of people, and I don't really want to think about my makeup. I don't want to think about my fragrance. I just want to have fun. I just want to meet people. I want to drink something. So it's about having fun. So these are my trusted companions for years and years. These are my fragrances that I can rely on when I have to go to party and I don't need to respray the fragrance. Because usually the party goes like from like, I don't know, 9 p.m. to like 5 a.m., something like that. And these fragrances, they last. They do last. They never failed me. These are the fragrances that are not new, and that's why I have tested them multiple times. And some of them are actually my repurchases, so I have bought them again and again. So I'm gonna start at completely random. I'm gonna put the list of the fragrances down below, and this is one and only Hypnotic Poison. And oh my gosh, I love this fragrance. This is such a beautiful fragrance. It's very potent. It's very projection. It's projection. And you know what? I love when I am in a company of people that, as I've told you, probably some people that I don't know. So I want to, I want to make a statement. I want people to see me and to smell me. So I need a fragrance to be projecting. I need a fragrance to be loud. I need it to fill the room, because there are gonna be some other people wearing fragrances, but I want to be heard. I want to be smelled. And so that's why these are the fragrances that I pick. So it has the coconut and plum and apricot, some rose, lily of the valley, white flowers like jasmine and tuberose, and obviously vanilla, sandalwood, musk. And oh my gosh, this is a projecting beast. And obviously I'm not shy when it comes to sprays. I do a lot of sprays. I overspray, quite frankly. So this fragrance, it lasts eternity on me. I do tend to spray on my body. I don't spray on my clothes, but for the occasions like that, where it's like it's a big event, or it's a big party, I might spray a couple of times on my clothes as well, and it stays even longer that way. So and yeah, I forgot to say that it's gonna be a mix of affordable and niche and designer fragrances, so you can actually pick whatever you want. And obviously you just need one fragrance. They are different, and what is common is that they last a lot, a lot of time, and they are very projecting, and they are very impactful fragrances. So this is one of my favorite out of the whole line of Serge Lutens, and this is Datura Noir. And oh my gosh, this is a phenomenal fragrance. So it has the notes of tuberose, almond, coconut, and also vanilla and musk and apricot and lemon blossom. And we do see some similarities here. Almost all of these fragrances have white flower of some kind, and they are sweet and they are potent, and they might have tonka bean and also some fruitiness in them. And this is the key, in my opinion, to to be memorable with the fragrance, is that when your fragrance isn't like plain, when it has it's multifaceted, so it has like sides to it. It had this musky side and the white flower side and the sweet side. So, and this, in my opinion, makes these fragrances very interesting. So next fragrance is, oh my gosh, and this, I believe it is discontinued, but you can still find it. You can still easily find it, because it's it didn't vanish actually. And this is one of my favorite out of the whole line of Thierry Mugler, and this is a beautiful, beautiful Muse fragrance. And mind you, oh my gosh, what's happening with my hair? And this is the Muse Eau de Parfum. They also have Eau de Toilette, which is completely different shade of fragrance. It's pink, and this was it's kind of amber color. So it has pink pepper and grapefruit, hazelnut cacao spread, and patchouli and vetiver. So it's very chocolatey. It's very chocolatey and patchouli fragrance, and it's a bit fresh in the beginning, but it kind of fades. You know, this freshness, it fades, and what you get is that the chocolate, rich chocolate, and very beautiful and overpowering chocolate notes, plus patchouli. And patchouli is very, very potent here. Please note this, because some people don't like patchouli. Be careful with this fragrance if you don't like patchouli, but I promise you that patchouli in this fragrance, it's a kind of user-friendly patchouli, if I may, because some patchouli in some fragrances are like the kind of dungeon-like patchouli, like moist and kind of old and humid, and these are not like that. These are very nice and beautiful aromatic patchouli. The next fragrance is the fragrance, and it's also one and only, and oh my gosh, when it came out it had so many haters. And this is actually my I do have three fragrances. This one, the same fragrance, it's my third fragrance, and this is La Nuit Tresor by Lancome, and oh my gosh, it's so good. Again, it has some freshness, so some fruitiness, and then it has pear, tangerine, bergamot, strawberry, passion fruit, some rose. It has praline, caramel, lychee, vanilla, again patchouli, incense, coffee, licorice, and also coumarin. So this one is a bomb, and one time I remember I have oversprayed this fragrance, and my usual kind of quota of sprays is around 10 sprays, like 8 to 10 sprays, not less than that, when I'm going out and then when I want to be heard and smelled. And it was one of the first times when I wore this fragrance, and I if I'm not mistaken, I made 10 sprays. Oh, it was a bit difficult for me because I sprayed a little bit too close to my nose. So I have to tell you, with this, you have to moderate this fragrance, and it's very nice, very sweet. It's almost very cloying sweet. So if you don't like sweet fragrances, steer clear from this one. But it's good. I promise you, it is a fantastic, fantastic fragrance. If you like this caramel, and if you like sweet fragrances, try this one. It's beautiful. So next fragrance is well, I was tempted to put another fragrance instead of this one. I was tempted to put a Classique by Jean Paul Gaultier. Then I decided, why not this one? And if you see it, it's like it's fading, the color is fading. It is becoming like kind of ambery, not very beautiful. It was kind of reddish before. So this is La Belle, and this is La Belle, and this beautiful fragrance. And for the longest time I was really reluctant to try this one, because I was like, no, I'm a Classique Jean Paul Gaultier girl. I'm not gonna try this one, because I kind of viewed this fragrance as a not a companion, but a competition. But then I tried it and I loved it, and I'm using it now. So it has the pear and bergamot, floral notes, vanilla, vetiver, amber, and musk. So primarily it's like a flowery and a very, very potent vanilla fragrance. And oh my gosh, this is also very nice and very powerful, and it's very, very feminine. All of these fragrances, they are very, very feminine and very nice, and this one is such a beauty. Next fragrance, and this is a fragrance by Montale. So this is one of a few fragrances that are from the niche side, and this is Montale and this is Mukhallat. And the reason why I chose it because it has such a beautiful and prominent note of strawberry, and I like strawberry, and in this fragrance the strawberry is really really beautiful. So it has strawberry and vanilla, almond, musk, and Peru balsam. It's essentially it's a lot of strawberry, a lot, a lot, a lot of vanilla. It's a very very vanilla fragrance. It's cloying fragrance, sweet fragrance, overly sweet fragrance, but oh my gosh, that is beautiful. It's very very nice. It also has a little bit of almond, but it doesn't kind of get this nutty side to this fragrance. Rather, it gives it a bit of a bitter kind of accent. So beautiful, wonderful fragrance. And I'm not sure how much I have left here. Just because I use it quite a lot. And this is such beautiful fragrance. And this is out of all of this that I have, it's probably number 2 out of all of this in terms of longevity, especially on the skin. On the bare skin, it lasts a lot of time. So next one, and this is my personal favorite out of this, because I do have my personal memory attached to this fragrance, and this was a fragrance, it is a fragrance that was given to me by my dear friend, and every time I wear this fragrance I was like, oh my gosh, I think of her. So thank you for gifting me this fragrance. I love this fragrance. And this is L'Interdit Givenchy, and this is Rouge. And this is not the Rouge Ultime, this is Rouge, the first one. And this is very reminiscent of Hugo Boss Deep Red, which I absolutely adore. The reason why I picked this between Deep Red that I also have and this one, I picked this one, is just because I feel like Hugo Boss is not a fragrance that many people gravitate towards, because they kind of don't think that their fragrances are good, which they are actually good. And so this one is a more of a crowd pleaser brand, so that's why I picked this one. So I do have here some ginger and blood orange, tuberose, jasmine, and sandalwood, and patchouli and vetiver. So we do not have here the sweetness. Instead, we do have a very very potent, a very very strong note of white flower, plus we do have this zestiness, this freshness in the beginning. So this is such a beautiful fragrance, and oh my gosh, this is a lasting fragrance. I love it to bits. It is very good, and I have to say that it kind of this fragrance was kind of dethroned by the latest arrival in my collection, by L'Interdit Absolu, which is the newest fragrance that they have launched, and it's supposed to be like unisex fragrance for men and women, and it is very very good as well. But because I decided to make this video about the fragrances that I trust and I have tested them over years, that's why I didn't put that fragrance, because it's rather new. It's kind of couple of months old. So next fragrance is, oh my gosh, this is a staple. This is a staple in very very many collections of people that I sometimes like to watch people collections on YouTube. So this is Coco Mademoiselle, and this is the classic version. This is not intense, this is not this kind of night like privé version. This is the classic one, and it has orange, mandarin orange, bergamot, orange blossom, jasmine. We have ylang ylang, patchouli, tonka bean, vanilla, proponax, vetiver, and white musk. So we do have a lot of freshness in the beginning, but then, oh my gosh, the white flowers, they are fantastic. And this is one of the fragrances that out of this that I'm showing you is probably the most used by other people. It is probably the most recognizable. But nonetheless, do not be afraid to wear the fragrance that other people wear in the same event, because it's not a bad thing, you know. Some people think that, well, I'm wearing the same dress, oh my gosh, I'm wearing the same red lipstick, or I'm wearing the same fragrance, and this is something bad. In my opinion, it's not a bad thing. It's not a drama. It's actually a very good thing, because it's kind of a confirmation that you have made the right choice, because this choice was supported by someone else. So Coco Mademoiselle, such a staple in my collection, and such a staple for me for going out in a big crowd of people when I want to be noticed. This is the fragrance that I will think to gravitate towards. So next one, and next one is quite a cheapy fragrance, I have to admit, but oh my gosh, this is love for me. It's not my first fragrance. I have been repurchasing this fragrance again and again and again, and this is Juicy Couture. And Juicy Couture is kind of, some people view this brand and view these fragrances as kind of trashy. I don't view them that way. I do have two fragrances, and I also had, you know, the mini versions of Juicy Couture and Juicy Couture fragrances in general. I don't remember which ones were um, the minis that I'm talking to you about now. So anyway, this is Viva La Juicy, and Viva La Juicy is, it is good, people. It is simply good. Like, let's just don't talk about this bow. Although I find this bow to be kind of appropriate. So it has wild berries, mandarin orange, gardenia, honeysuckle, jasmine, has caramel, it has vanilla, amber, sandalwood, and praline. Anyway, it's sweet, it's sticky sweet, good sweet, white flowers and good sweet, and a little bit of zestiness in the beginning. And I do think that it's such a good fragrance. And on the plus side is this fragrance is very, very affordable. So and it's very loud. All of these fragrances are very, very loud. And the next fragrance is the fragrance that, and next and last fragrance actually, is the fragrance that out of them is probably one of the most sophisticated. So it kind of, it might be fitting if you are going to the party, the New Year Eve party, but it's kind of a more formal event, if you want. It's kind of your workplace event or something like that. You're definitely not going to the party, you're definitely not going to the party with your friends where this one is appropriate. But this one is kind of, it's very loud, it's very nice, but it's sophisticated as well. So this is the Babycat, and oh my gosh, I love Babycat. It's such a beautiful fragrance, and every single time I show you this fragrance, every single time I say the same exact thing, that the only thing I am sorry about is that I'm regretting about is that I have got 75 ml instead of 125 ml. This was my mistake, and this one is such a beautiful, beautiful gem of a fragrance. It is very spicy. It's very spicy and warm. So it has black and pink pepper. It has elemi and has also again pink pepper. So it has black and pink pepper, then it has pink pepper, and it has black pepper. All of them are separate. I don't know for what reason. Elemi, olibanum, saffron, bourbon vanilla, cedar, and suede. So oh my gosh, this one is beautiful. It is such a beautiful fragrance. It's such a compliment getter for me personally. I do think that this one is the fragrance that gave me the most compliments, because every single time I wear it, people do compliment on this fragrance, and I have to tell you, I'm flattered. I'm very, very happy, and I like to get compliments. So this one is nice. It's nice in winter, it's nice in warm climate, it's nice all year round. So these are my offerings. These are the fragrances that I can rely on. These are the fragrances that I know if I want something, I can always get this something out of these fragrances. And the most important thing is that when I'm going partying, I probably most of the times I do have some mini micro bag. I don't really want my hands to be occupied with the bag, or I would even use my pocket for the things like the chopstick and my phone and some documents and the cars, and that's pretty much it. And I don't really need a fragrance. I don't want to have my fragrance with me. That's why I rely on these fragrances, because I spray them at home and I'm sure that I'm good to go for the whole night. So I hope that you will choose something out of these fragrances for your New Year's Eve, and I wish you a beautiful time, and I will see you next time on Wednesday. Bye.